everybody. Welcome back to another segment of the talk show with DJ Gatsby. I'm your host, Jeff Gatsby Wilson. I want to thank my guest last week, Davion R. Clifton from Richmond, Virginia, who was on talking about his book, Long Road to Redemption, and also The Real McCoys. This week, we're back with a special guest. Her name is Lisa McKenzie. She's the author of the book, Till Death Do Us Part. Very talented author and a very interesting personality. We've been trying to get Lisa on for quite a while, and we finally got her in the studio. So stay where you're at. We'll be right back with more of the talk show with DJ Gatsby as we introduce our guest, Lisa McKenzie.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
All right, everybody, we're back on the set of the talk show with DJ Gatsby. Once again, I'm your host, DJ Gatsby. We're here with best-selling author Lisa McKenzie. And Lisa, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, Jeff.
We had to do another take because the first take didn't go out very well, so I hope you be patient with me.
Of course.
We'll go through the process again, cover a lot of the same things, and even a few things we didn't discuss originally. But this is the title of the book. It's called Till Death Do Us Part. It's Lisa's first book.
Yes.
And she was kind enough to share it with us here at the talk show with DJ Gatsby. I think we also featured this book with DJ Gatsby's book club.
Correct.
On Facebook and a few other places. Lisa, before we get started talking about the book, tell our viewers a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and where you went to school at.
Okay, well, of course, my name is Lisa McKenzie. I was born in Guyana, South America, but I was reared in New Jersey. And after attending high school in New Jersey, I left to come to Maryland to attend University of Maryland. After not liking my first semester, I decided to attend UDC, and that's where I graduated from UDC. Go Firebirds.
All right, so a big shout out to University of Maryland and UDC. You mentioned Guyana.
Correct.
And in the previous segment, you were telling me a little bit about where it is. Mm-hmm. And some other background information. So tell the viewers a little bit about Guyana and the country you were born in.
Okay, so Guyana is not Ghana. A lot of people think it's Ghana. It's Guyana, and it's not in Africa. It's in the Caribbean, actually. So it's in South America, and it's between Venezuela and Suriname. And it's the only South American country that does not speak Spanish. So there's a French Guyana, there's a Dutch Guyana, and then there's a British Guyana.
Yeah, and they actually speak English there.
Yeah, they speak English, yeah.
Okay, so
a little slang to it. But,
little slang to it. So
yeah.
all you people want to go travel to South America and you don't speak Spanish, if you want to go to an English-speaking country, Guyana would be the place to be.
Absolutely, yes.
All right, so born in Guyana, you raised in New Jersey.
Correct.
And attended college here in the Maryland area. So now after college, what do you do? What does Lisa do after college?
After undergrad, I started working, because my degree is in marketing, my undergrad. So I worked as a marketing intern, and then I was a marketing assistant, and then I worked in recruiting and staffing. Okay. And after working in recruiting and staffing for many years, I decided to start my own staffing company. And I did that for a while, and then I've always liked to write. I love a good love story. I love going to the movies, and then I've always wanted to write. So after that, I decided to write a book.
Yeah. About that staffing, it's kind of coincidence that you're into recruiting and staffing, because that's something that I do. I was actually director of staffing at a staffing company in New York, and when I came here to Southern Maryland, was actually a human resources recruiter at a major hospital here. So that's something we got in common.
Absolutely,
Other than I love some books and literature.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
We're going to start talking about the book. Once again, it's Till Death Do Us Part. Now, you said you really love a love story and you really are a romantic
person.
Yeah, but the title doesn't sound very romantic. Till Death Do Us Part. Tell us how you came up with the title for this particular book.
Okay, well, it's a love story. It's about a couple, who were married, who got married and went through a divorce. And in your vows, when you're given your vows, there's a line in there that says, "Until death do us part." So I wanted to capture that in the book. So that what made me came up with the title, "Until Death Do Us Part," because it's a married couple that just didn't make it.
Yeah, well, "Till Death Do Us Part" would make anybody think of marriage, because that's basically, like you said, one of the vows. And a lot of times when people get married, they include that in the vows.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
but we got to the title. What makes you, why did you decide to write a book? I mean, I see I see what the title is about, but what made you want to start writing and publishing a book?
I've always wanted to be a writer. And I think my years of watching Lifetime movies, I still love Lifetime movies.
Another Lifetime movie
Yeah.
lover? Okay, go ahead. All right,
And I've always wanted to write. Sometimes I go to a movie and I'm very disappointed in the ending or in the whole movie altogether. And I've always just wanted to write. I'm very creative, and I finally told myself to put my thoughts, on paper and just write the book. I've been writing it for like over 10 years. So I finally got it published back in 2011, actually.
When you say you've been writing it for over 10 years,
Yeah.
you got the idea 10 years ago, and you actually started writing 10 years ago?
Correct. So what I do, I will come home from work, and the thoughts would be in my mind.
Okay.
And I'll just come home and start writing, and every day I'll write and edit and write and edit, and yeah.
All right, so you didn't put yourself on a deadline and say, "Hey, I want to write this book. I'm not going to stop until I get it done. I'm finished." It was just like a project that you started.
Correct.
And,
Correct.
All right, so after 10 years, you're writing. I haven't read the book, by the way, yet, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why I'm asking you questions like this. I just actually got the book today from Lisa. But you start writing the book. What are your plans for when it's finished? How do you finish it? You start marketing, advertising, book tours. What are your plans at that point? Just to write it, publish it, and share it with the world?
Correct. So my goal was to write it and then edit it myself. And then I have the gift, the gap. So I was telling a lot of people at work, I'm writing this book.
Okay.
I've been writing this book for a long time. And then someone said, "Oh, I know someone who's a publisher. Instead of you trying to edit the book yourself and write
Sure.
it, just give it to the publisher and they'll do it for you." And that's when we kind of, fast forwarded to give it to a publisher and let them do all the editing and publishing and so forth.
Yeah.
Because I probably would have still been writing and editing the book to this day.
Yeah, I had talked to you a little bit about the publishing
Yeah.
and the other aspects of the book once it was published. Tell us a little bit about that process, because I understand you're not totally happy with the way the publishing went. So how's that experience been, turning your book over to a publisher?
It's definitely a learning lesson. It's my first time doing a book, so
Sure.
you learn. You live and you learn. A lot of people were telling me to do it myself, to actually do self-publishing.
Self-publishing, sure.
But I didn't want to do that. But I did hand it over to a publishing company, and I'm happy with
Okay.
the outcome. I've learned a lot of things from you as
Sure.
to how I could have done a better job.
Done things
And so for
differently.
my next book, I'll know what to do better. Next
Okay.
time. Yeah.
No, the reason I asked you that is because a lot of first-time authors, when they put their books in the hand of a publisher, there's always seems to be some issues, or there can be some issues.
Correct.
With control of the book, whether it's on Kindle or paperback, the pricing and things of that nature. So that's just why I brought that up for the viewers that are out there listening, to make that point, because sometimes you have to turn your book over to a publisher. When you make that decision, you hope for the best, but you also want to hear from some authors like yourself
Correct.
who's actually went through that process.
Correct.
But I think it's a great cover. I did flip through the pages. I think the editing is fantastic. It's written like a screenplay or
Correct.
a stage play.
Correct, yeah.
Which is very different from the books that I read. And it lends a very unique quality to this book. Now, for your friends who've read Till Death Do Us Part, what are some of the reactions you've been getting from your friends or readers and fans who've read the book?
And I'm not saying this to ingratiate myself, but I've been getting a lot of great reviews. What I did first was didn't give it to my friends. I gave it to strangers, like avid readers.
Okay.
So at the workplace, people I don't know, and they actually came back to me with feedback and said it was a great book. A lot of people told me they read the book in about 2 days, meaning they couldn't put it down. It's like a page turner. And then I gave it to my friends, and some of my friends says, did you actually write this book? And that's when I knew it was a great book, because they're thinking, well, did you actually? I'm like, yeah, I wrote the book. So it's that good. I mean, it has love, sex, murder all in one.
All the things that we love to read about, ladies and gentlemen. We love to read about all those things that she just said. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break here. Lisa, we're going to be right back in a second. We'll take a quick break. Okay. Once again, you're watching The Talk Show with DJ Gatsby. We're here with a special guest, Lisa McKenzie, talking about her book, Till Death Do Us Part. And we'll be right back. Keep it where it's at. You're watching The Talk Show with DJ Gatsby.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
All right, everybody, we're back on the set of The Talk Show with yours truly, DJ Gatsby. We're here with the one and only Miss Lisa McKenzie. Born in Guyana, raised in New Jersey, and attended the University of Maryland and UDC, was it?
Correct.
Okay. Last set we were talking about your book, a little bit about your background history and some things on a personal nature. We're going to get back to the book, though. Till Death Do Us Part, written like a screenplay.
Correct.
You say it's a romantic story?
It really is. It'll make you laugh. You'll find yourself laughing, crying, all in one. Yeah, it's really.
But the Till Death Do Us Part, the Till Death Do Us Part title makes me think that we're going to go to a dark place somewhere.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
this marriage isn't made in heaven.
No.
But we don't know how it's going to end.
Exactly, and that's the key.
All right, tell us a little bit about the book. We don't want to spoil it, but tell us a little bit about the premise of Till Death Do Us Part.
Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, it's a love story. Two people that were married, and of course they, got a divorce. But the book takes you through the trial and tribulations of going through a divorce. You have different scenes. You have the girlfriend scenes. You have the divorce scene. There's different scenes. It's taking you through the whole process of when a marriage falls apart, what happens. It takes you through all of that. And then there's a shocker, and you have to read it to find out, to get to the dark part as to how it all.
There's a shocker.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
how could it be without some drama?
Yeah, so there's drama. There's lots of drama, obviously, but there's going to be parts where you're going to laugh. You're actually going to cry too, as well. It's the whole thing that happens when a marriage, ends. When a marriage crumbles. So.
Okay, now
Takes you through everything.
I didn't get a chance to read the book yet because
Yeah.
I just got my paperback copy today. You said it's written like a screenplay or
Correct.
written like a stage play, so it has different scenes.
Correct.
Take me to one of the most popular scenes of the book without telling me.
Okay, sure.
Too much. We don't want to spoil
Sure.
it for a lot of people. But what are one of the more dramatic or romantic scenes in the book that readers are going to come on and say, "Wow"?
Okay. I'll just give you one because there's so many.
Okay.
So there's a part where, so the marriage is falling apart. So the wife goes out with her girlfriends. So she
Sure.
has, they're out to dinner. They all get to the restaurant, and they all have their own lives, of course. And so the book captures the wife who's going through the divorce and all her other friends who are going through drama in their own relationship, and they're at dinner. They're talking about it. They're drinking. They're talking about men and what they're going through. So you have one person who's going through a marriage,
Oh,
and
my
then
goodness.
there's another person who's looking for love, and you got another person who's
All
doing
the
the dating,
personalities.
and everybody's just talking. And that scene. A lot of people say was really hilarious and had them laughing. And then there's the scene where you got the husband and his friends,
boys,
spouse. Yeah. So there's different scenes. You have the parents involved. It's just so many different scenes. You have.
All right, we didn't get what's the guy's name? I'm always rooting for the men in situations like this. What's the husband's name?
Okay, it's Kim and Michael Stevenson.
Kim and Michael.
And people, a lot of my friends say, "Oh, are you talking about me?" Just for the record, I wasn't talking about anyone. So if you find yourself in there for some reason, you feel that I could be talking about you, I'm really not talking about you. It's all made up characters.
Really? I thought you said it was about your friends that you knew.
No, this is not anybody. It's just, if you find you can relate to it, then it just happened to be a coincidence.
I'm only kidding,
So
ladies and gentlemen.
it's not-
Lisa never said this book was about family, friends,
Not
or
about
anybody
anyone,
she knows.
exactly.
So this is the disclaimer.
Yeah.
Any names or
Yeah.
characters that
made
may
up.
be found in a book
Yeah.
are totally fictitious.
Correct, for the record.
And are not based on reality at all.
Correct.
Now, so the Stevensons get married.
Yeah.
Do you cover the courtship, the marriage?
Oh yeah, I cover everything: the courtship, the marriage, the end of the marriage, the divorce proceeding. Because when you get divorced, you got to go to court, all
That
that.
gets ugly, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, all that is covered. Yeah, I mean, this is like this is a family that anyone who's single would want to, emulate. They want to be like this couple. They have kids. They have 2 beautiful kids. They travel. She's a stay-at-home mom. He has his own business. So she's living the good life.
So they're very well-to-do.
Yeah.
They're not a poor couple.
No, they're not.
They're very well-to-do.
Yeah.
And so when rich couple, well, usually when poor people get divorced, they just go get divorced and they say, thank you very much, have a nice life.
Correct.
Rich people, it's a little more complicated.
Correct.
Because you have assets.
Correct.
And financial wealth that
Correct.
needs to be distributed so, let's say the wife
Yeah.
can continue to live in the lifestyle that she's accustomed to.
Correct.
And the lawyers play a big part in that.
Correct.
All right, so now we get into the death do us part of the book. How does that divorce go? Is it amicable? Are they happy? Is everybody singing Kumbaya and I love you, honey? And or is it one of those, drag down, knock out over my dead body kind of divorces?
You got to read it to find out.
Okay, here we go.
Got to read it to find out. you got to read it to find out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're still here. I'm not finished yet. But we're still here with Lisa McKenzie, Till Death Do Us Part. Lisa, I'm not done with you by a long shot with this particular book. Now, you've written the book. Now, this was produced, it was published a few years ago.
Like in 2011, actually.
Okay. A lot has changed since then.
Correct, yeah.
In your personal life, I assume.
Correct.
As well as in the publishing industry.
Yes.
Have you thought about writing a book, or are you in the process of writing a book too?
Yes, everyone is asking me for where's the sequel? Everyone who's read the book saying, you need to do a sequel to it.
Sure.
So I'm actually working on a sequel, or they're saying, when is your next book going to come out? Because a lot of people seriously read this book in 2-3 days. It was that good.
Yeah, well, relationship books are very popular now. I mean, you have all of these talk shows, you have all these TV shows, you have all of these housewives shows, which half of them are divorced already.
Correct.
But half of the women on these shows are divorced. But you have all these relationship shows. Steve Harvey's new show, everybody talks about relationships and marriage and things like that. So a book like this is very relevant now.
Correct.
And I'm assuming it's going to be much more popular once people see this TV show.
Correct.
Or even find out more about you.
Correct.
Have you decided? You keep saying everyone wants you to. What have you decided to
I
do?
do. I want to. My goal was just trying to get this book to the next level. So I was so focused on getting the book to the next level that I haven't started the second book. But I have lots of ideas for the second book. Lots of ideas.
Well, those ideas are what got you in this predicament in the first place by writing this book.
Correct.
All right, so let's hope that you do that.
I will.
Okay, we're gonna wrap up in a few minutes, not just yet. Before we go, what can your fans and readers expect from you in 2014? I mean, as far as the book goes, you have any book signings, or book tours, or any type of promotional events that your readers can follow you?
I had like 2 book signings. But I'm trying to do a third one where I can get a much larger group of people. I think we talked about that before too,
Yes,
as well,
we did.
a couple months ago.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it on a larger scale and get other people to come. And so I'm working on that part, and I'm also working on a website so people can actually go on the website.
Okay.
We talked about the Kindle. I have to work on that.
That's right.
Get
You
it on
wanna
there.
get
Because right now you can only get the book on Amazon. But
Yeah, unfortunately, everybody, it's only
not-
available on paperback, and we're trying to, Lisa's trying to get the book uploaded on Kindle.
Correct.
And I hope you get that done, because a lot of people just read Kindles.
Correct.
So yeah, and you got a whole audience of people who are kind of missing out.
Or maybe Jeff can, also
Maybe Jeff can.
can
That's right. I was supposed to
sell it.
We'll
as well.
talk about that later.
Offline, yeah.
Anyway, it's DJ Gatsby, talk show with DJ Gatsby. We're here with Lisa. Lisa, before we go, is there anything you'd like to say to our viewers and fans of your book, before we end the interview?
I would say for the ones who've read it, thank you so much for reading the book. Thank you for your good feedback. I've gotten really good feedbacks. I will be working on my second book. This time around, I'll definitely have a website. It'll definitely be on Kindle, and I'll do a much better job of marketing it. But continue to read the book, continue to talk about it to your friends and family, and so I can have the sales keep growing.
Exactly. Yeah, once again, it's
How about
DJ Gatsby. It's DJ Gatsby. You wasn't talking with DJ Gatsby. We have my guest here, Lisa McKenzie. Lisa, again, thank you so much for coming out in this rainstorm and torrential downpour that we got going on right now. The book is entitled Till Death Do Us Part. It's available at Amazon.com. You can follow Lisa on Facebook.
Correct.
What about Twitter?
I'm on Twitter too as well. Yeah, it's Lisa_McKenzie.
Lisa_McKenzie on Twitter,
Correct.
as well as Facebook. Once again, DJ Gas will be back with closing remarks before we go. Lisa, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. I love the book. I love you. I want you to promise me that you'll come back on the show when you decide to do your second book. I'll get that exclusive TV interview right here on the talk show.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with my final remarks before we go. Thank you. Don't leave yet. You're watching the talk show with DJ Gatsby and my special guest, Lisa McKenzie.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
All right, everybody, thanks for watching the talk show with DJ Gatsby. I want to thank my guest, the lovely and talented, articulate and intelligent author, Lisa McKenzie. We were talking about her book, Till Death Do Us Part. Don't forget, you can watch the talk show with DJ Gatsby here on Comcast and Verizon. Channel 99 on Comcast, Verizon, Channel 11. And you can also watch clips from the talk show at www.youtube.com/DJ Gatsby. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook at Jeff Gatsby Wilson. And you can also follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest, Amazon, and Goodreads at DJ Gatsby X. So until next time, you've been watching the talk show with DJ Gatsby. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.